Hope you enjoyed this one. This is Sylvan Alice gave my latest review on Naruto Shippuden episode 433. Not Jiraiya Ninja Scroll. Naruto the hero, the search mission. Basically, if you guys seen the last episode, you know what this is talking about. This is basically a Jiraiya's last manuscript about how things would have been if things gone a little differently in like Naruto's life. Minato being alive, Sasuke's brother Itachi never joined the Akatsuki or massacred the Uchiha. Tsunade wasn't the fifth Hokage, and the third is still alive. I basically you get all that. You guys watched the last episode, you know what I'm talking about. You haven't? Well, look for it in my video, my description and my review. Anyway, this episode continued on, and apparently there has been a series of weird disturbances. And it's like in the last mission, several Jonin class shinobi have gone missing, and they've all been disappearing. And around the same time, a mysterious boy popped up out of nowhere, and he was taken into the village. But he doesn't seem to remember anything except some kind of strange, kind of weird butterfly. Apparently, this butterfly has something in its wings that's supposed to help with medicine and healing herbs and stuff like that. So basically, it's a rare material, a rare resource. So it's understandable. But the thing is, this mission is very secluded. For example, most of the people who went on the mission have gone. All the people who are missing are what you call top class chonin, and the only people left to go on this mission are like getting level. That includes the Konoha 11, Naruto's team, Team 7, and Kurenai's team 8 being Kiba, Shido, and Hinata. Team 10 being Shikamaru, Choji, Ino, and finally there's the last team, guys team. Team 8, 8 being Elite, E1010, and Neji. So basically, you understand. And they're the only Jonin that are left to go on this mission, and they have these guys going with it. And however, things are not easy for them because we have no idea what kind of enemy they're facing. What is the result? Oh, please ignore that noise. It's annoying as hell. They have no idea what's gonna happen to them. But things are very bad. Things are very odd for them. Things don't. As they search through the forest, things don't go so well for them. For example, their leader starts to disappear one at a time. At first, they start to feel sick, like something's happening, and we see something very, very familiar. I'm not gonna tell you it right now, but I'll get to that soon. To see something very familiar, certain people with certain elements that we've seen in earlier in the series. Like some familiar things that leads to some familiar faces. You guys know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. But I'm not going to say anything yet. For example, they feel this strange flow of chakra where people, how they feel this pain and they disappear. Things start to not go easy. Naruto being the kid, being the brash and impulsive person he he tries to do things by himself, try to fix everything. And even in fact, it's him going on his own, and Sasuke trying to go get him that led Sakura along with Kakashi and him getting abducted. This thing is just taking its chance. When the group doesn't have as many members as the group are trying to split up, it takes the leaders right from under their noses. And he also leaves behind the kunai that Minato gave them, the one with the teleportation Shinjutsu carved on it so they can teleport or away. And just in case, they left that behind to make sure that Minato doesn't get involved. Since he's the Hokage now, and he knows how to master the jutsu. Yeah, it makes sense that they don't want him getting in the way. Ignore that noise. It makes sense they don't want him getting in the way. This enemy, and we all know who they're talking about. Everybody is trying to wonder how they're gonna handle this situation. You got Naruto's trying to fix things by himself, going off. Lee freaking out about Guy Sensei. Right? About Guy Sensei. They're trying to do his best to calm him down because Guy Sensei is basically his whole world. He's basically what motivates him. So it makes sense. Yeah, but things don't are actually bad for them, as we set to see the face of a familiar person. This familiar person, I'll give you a hint. This person battled Asuma to the point where Asuma couldn't fight anymore. And we all know what happens to Asuma, both the manga and anime. We all know what happens in the end. You know, I know who I'm talking about, right? So basically, it makes sense. Yes. Things don't go so well for them. As they try to search for each other, as Shikamaru, being the smart guy that he is, he just sits and wait for the other team. And Kiba, Hinata, and Shino, they try to see if they could try to find the other groups to see that all 12, all of them could regroup together to fight this enemy. Being even though they're all getting, they're better as a group than just drifted apart. Even though they don't have their leaders, they're some tough kids. So there. However, things are like not easy for them because they encounter one of their biggest enemies, Red. Who is it? The same guy I mentioned before, even though I haven't said his name, but I'm about to now. Yakatsuki Hidan. Oh man. This, this Hidan's as brutal as ever when it comes to him and his torture and love of pain. Right? And that is definitely very, very bad for them. Because since Hidan is basically an immortal, and he has the ability to curse someone and making them experience the same pain that he does. He's like the worst enemy you could face, and I feel bad for Naruto because Naruto's the one he curses. Major spoiler alerts. So in these reviews, so basically, I feel bad for Naruto, him going through such intense pain. We all know Naruto does some grisling training but in this alternate storyline, Naruto hasn't gone through some of the harsher training that he does in Shippuden, that makes him one of the greatest ninjas of all time. Basically, in mastering Sage Jutsu, being trained one on one with Jiraiya, it makes sense. They didn't, went through all the hardship. It makes sense though, because this is like an alternate story. So he didn't have some of the brutal training, and with his father being Hokage, it makes sense. Makes sense. But things don't go so. Oh, things start to get even more surprising as Naruto he bleeds out in pain and Hidan with that crackling smile on his face. As things start to get even more weirder as Shikamaru's team they encounter this strange enemy. These enemies, any form of people that come out of nowhere using both water and wind style. But one of them uses a special kind of certain ninjutsu that we've seen before, paper shuriken. So I'm gonna ask you a question: which shinobi in the history of Naruto has the power to manipulate paper? We all know who that is. And I'll give you a hint. She was the right hand to Pain. So, yeah, that's right. Hold on. Also known as Lady Angel from the Hidden Rain because they treat both Pain and Conan as kind of like gods since they took down Hanzo of the Salamander and started basically a new shinobi revolution in their homeland. After all, it was Hanzo who betrayed them. We all hate them. Like from what I see, it looks like that Jiraiya's former students, Yahiko, Nagato, and Konan are gonna get involved in this story. Like this is like Jiraiya's last manuscript. Like what he wished would happen, basically. What things should have happened. In fact, remember and before Jiraiya found out that Konan and Nagato became members of the Akatsuki, he thought they all died in the Third Great Ninja War. Even though he looked after those children for 3 years and trained them, even though they became skilled shinobi, he heard rumors of their death, and that kind of shook him, cause he took care of them. He was their guardian. He thought after 3 years they were strong enough to be left on their own. I kind of think it would have been a better choice if he just took him with him to the village and made them shinobi under his care. Like he should have taken care of them completely. Otherwise, things wouldn't have went the way it should have. It makes sense. It made sense. But that's not the way the story was written. That's not the way it's gonna happen. And this is just Tsunadi's reading Jiraiya's last will, his last manuscript. It makes sense. Like this is what he thought should happen, not what should have. Well, not what should have, but people wish for a lot of things, and sometimes those wishes just don't come true. You probably guys have the same thing. You guys probably wish for something, and you wanted it so bad you wish it come true. It didn't happen. I've done that. You probably did that too, but that's just a matter of opinion, and it makes sense. Anyway, I mean, anyway, I gotta admit, this one was definitely interesting. And like its continuation, it looks like we're gonna get a part three to this. So far, so far some of the other earlier chapters have been part two. Oh, you got they got like Road to 1010 in storyline, and then you got Killer Bees Ramputin. I kind of like that. And now you got this, and then you got Karin, her few. I mean, Karin, her life was basically crap. She was used as a tool, not even treating her as a human being, just nothing but a tool. And then there was Yamato who wanted, like Naruto, wanted to be accepted by people. Even he didn't have a lot of friends, but he grew close to Kakashi's team. He wanted to be someone that people depended on as a good leader and people to look to. It makes sense because we all have something that we want in life, and this jutsu kind of shows you that. But with this episode, even though Tsunade is not saying anything, not doing anything, he's just reading Jiraiya's last will. We don't know if this is just a flashback. We don't know if this is just a flashback or what just happened, or just something that they made up for the story. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed this. Find a comment, subscribe. Thank you. This is Solomon Adams. What do you think of this video? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think of the episode? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think of me? Did you like me? Did you hate me? Comment, like, subscribe. Give me your opinion. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for the comment, subscribe. Thank you. This is Solomon Adams Game who of Now Shippuden episode 433. And hey, Jiraiya Ninja Scroll. Bye. Crazy.